Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a little bit of a look at how much those Elite Trainer boxes should actually cost. We did a video a little while ago talking about booster boxes and how much they should cost. That video went down well and was rather well received, but I still get an awful lot of questions asking me about Elite Trainer boxes, which one should you pick up, how much should they cost, etc. So I figured that would be a fun thing we could have a little bit of a chat about today. I am going to save this just to Sword and Shield on for the moment, for a couple of reasons. Firstly, to save the video being super hyper crazy long, and also because once you get pre-Sword and Shield, you're talking about proper retro at that stage, and it's going to be harder to find definitive prices, and you're less likely to be picking them up and buying them anyway. We cool? Cool. So let's start off at the beginning then. Let's talk about Sword and Shield. And incidentally, I hate searching for stuff like Sword and Shield Elite Trainer Box, because what you end up getting a lot of the time is all of the Elite Trainer Boxes, because they are all Sword and Shield something. Boo, etc. The thing is, we've got a couple of listings here which really do tell the story quite nicely. We had a single Elite Trainer box, the one featuring Zamazenta, which went and sold for $71 after 29 bids. This is obviously looking at eBay. And then we had a pair of them, both a Zash and Zamazenta, which went and sold for $150. So it seems very much like you should be paying about $75 for these. Now, I know these are like $40 on release, and the thing is, very simply, that you can't expect it to always be RRP or MSRP forever. By now, you guys should know I am a huge proponent of not selling above MSRP on release, and I have basically quit sponsorship with various people who sold above RRP on release. But the fact of the matter is that the Sword and Shield base set at this stage, it's not actually that recent. The Sword and Shield base set came out in February 2020. That's well over a year and a half ago. So at this stage, yeah, you're probably not going to find these very often, so you are going to pay a little bit above the odds for them. So moving on then, we've got ourselves Rebel Clash, and Rebel Clash comes in, again, around about the $75 mark-ish. There's a little bit more movement here. One was actually sold for $85, and I'm going to be honest with you, that person either got really lucky or something weird's going on, because actually there are a bunch selling for around about $65, $70. You should be spending a little bit less on this than you do on the Sword and Shield Elite Trainer box, and the reason is really rather simple. People don't like the set as much. Rebel Clash, in terms of, we talked about this when we talked about the booster boxes, in terms of the Sword and Shield sets, Rebel Clash is just the least liked of them. It's the one people don't like anywhere near as much, and unfortunately, it's just the way it is, and that is going to be a cheaper one to find. Which is more than we can say for Darkness Ablaze. Now, in theory here, all things being equal, the more recent you get, the cheaper they should get. Because essentially they come out, they sell out, and then the price starts creeping up once they've sold out. So the more recently they were released, the cheaper they should be. So we would expect Darkness Ablaze to be a fair bit cheaper than the other two. That is not the way it is, ladies and gentlemen. Not even a little bit. One of those you're going to be paying, honestly, the three most recent ones I found here, we got $134, $113, and $92. So basically, if you can buy this for sub $100, you've done pretty gosh darned well. And the reason, and I'm sorry if this sounds overly simplistic, it's a better set. It is a set that people like a little bit more. And it really is as simple as that. And it is a little bit weird, of course, because Charizard V Max is in this set, but only as a regular V Max. The Rainbow came around in Champion's Path. The Shiny came around in Shining Fates. And it's only the regular that we actually got here, which is clearly a weird thing. Fact of the matter is, it's a popular set, it's a Charizard set, and I really don't think that it is the Eternatus on the box which is making this into this hyper sought after set. I really do just think it is the Charizard set, it's a sought after set, and it's one that people are very excited about. And I think that's pretty much it, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen. I think there is your explanation. Now, moving over into Vivid Voltage, it goes down a little bit, but not as much as you might expect. You're talking somewhere in the region of $90 to $95 for Vivid Voltage. Now, we have just seen a release of Evolving Skies, which is Sword and Shield 7. This is Sword and Shield 4. My point is, it's not been long. We're talking less than a year between releases. These Elite Trainer boxes, if you want them, you have to get them. Because if you don't pick them up on release, it generally tends to be that they jump in price fairly quickly, and at that stage you're not actually able to get hold of them, at least for a decent price. You have been warned. Now, this is obviously the set that brings us the Rainbow Rare Pikachu, so yeah. And this has got Pikachu on the box. Whereas Darkness Ablaze didn't have Eternatus on the box, this absolutely does have Pikachu on the box. And this is one, I would expect this over time to go ahead of Darkness Ablaze, because it's got Pikachu on. And I know that Darkness Ablaze is generally a set that people like a bit more and blah, blah, blah. I don't really care. Because if you give me something like this that's got a Pikachu on, I feel extremely confident that over time, this is going to end up jumping quite nicely in price. And it's going to be one that, if you didn't pick it up, there is going to come a point in the not too distant future where you probably wish that you did. Now, the good news is, if you're thinking, well, hang on a second, Wassy, all of these are really expensive, I don't like this, I want a nice cheap Elite Trainer box, what can you do for me? Battle Styles. Battle Styles is just one set later than Vivid Voltage, but it's a whole different story. We got 3 recent solds here at $25, $39, and $31. And this is more proof of what I've been saying for a while now, and that is that people just don't really like Battle Styles. And I do. There's some really good playable cards in Battle Styles. It was the first set that brought us in those alternate art cards. I think it's a really cool set. I seem to be the only person that thinks it's a really cool set. And the good news is, if you want to pick up an Elite Trainer box of it, and like I say, I'm just showing you eBay solds here. I've had a look round. This is about right. If there were any major changes, I'd show you. There are plenty of online stores you can go and be picking these up from. This is just a nice cheap set if you're into. And honestly, this is about where we need to stop. Because the thing is, if we look at Chilling Reign and Evolving Skies, I mean, to use Chilling Reign as an example, it's about right. You know, the last 3 solds were $40, $61 or $30 each, and $35. And they should be retailing for $40. The fact of the matter is, Chilling Reign and therefore Evolving Skies, they are new enough to the point where you should just be able to casually buy them at MSRP. Battle Styles have been out long enough that stores are now selling them below MSRP to try and clear their stock. The other sets have been out long enough that they are raising the price because they are getting harder to come by. But Chilling Reign and Evolving Skies, they're pretty standard, honestly. You should be paying about MSRP for them. But we should at least have a little bit of a chat about the special sets. Now, I told you a little while ago that it was about time to buy Champion's Path because it was starting to creep up. It was starting to get to the point where the Champion's Path Elite Trainer box was getting a bit more expensive. And that's where we are. If we look at these recent sold listings, we can see $75 and $90. Now, remember, these are more expensive. They should be retailing for about $50. So you're talking about 50% above MSRP or thereabouts, maybe a little bit more. And these are starting to go. And the thing is, with Celebrations having launched now, Champion's Path gets more and more in the rearview mirror. Up until a few weeks ago, these could be found even cheaper than this. It was not that difficult, but it is getting more and more difficult as time goes by. You have been warned. This is at the stage now where it's going to keep getting worse. And I could say the same thing for Shining Fates. Shining Fates, honestly, right now, ain't that bad. I could show you some listings from yesterday, or yesterday as I record this, who knows when it's going to go up. $50, $55, and $105 for a pair, which is $52.50. These are $50 products. So Shining Fates is still just, and again, I did a video about this the other day as well, Shining Fates is still just about at that stage where stock is there, and it's not gone away yet. But it will. Now, I've already shown you Champion's Path is starting to creep up, finding out that MSRP is gotten to the stage where it's just not really probably going to happen. But Shining Fates hasn't got there yet. But it will, ladies and gentlemen. It absolutely will. So what I'm telling you is, if you're looking for Shining Fates, if that's the kind of Elite Trainer box you're looking for, might I suggest you get on this sooner rather than later? It's got the EVV Max promo in, it's a special set. This will go. Like I say, the MSRP is $50. Right now, you're good. It's not going to stay that way forever. Also, I'm not talking about Celebrations here. Celebrations, you should just be paying MSRP. You should be paying $50. Also, I'm not going to look too much at the Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box in this video, because they're a whole different beast. They're released for a short period of time, only in North America. It's not really the kind of thing that most people are going to be going out to buy, and for that reason, I don't want to spend too long talking about them, but maybe we can do that in a video down the line. For now, I just want to know what you think about all of this. I want to know which of these you're excited about, which of these you're probably going to go and try and buy, and which of these you'll leave for another day. Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.